Alright, so today I figured I'd do something a little bit different. Today I'm going to show you how to patch your own tire. So they sell these little tire patch kits at places like Harbor Freight or your local hardware store or automotive store. Typically they include some kind of rubber cement, a device for actually pushing the patch in, and then a sort of a reamer device, a hole. It basically expands the hole and gets the debris out of it. And then they give you these sticky rubber strips. So what you're going to do is first you need to find the hole. So conveniently, in preparation for this video, I already found the hole. It's right there. And there's not a whole lot of air in here. But I'll give you kind of a basic idea. So if you're like me and you live, well, out in the middle of nowhere, and you don't have a tire patch, or a spray bottle, what you can do is you could just take some soapy water. Let's get the electrical cord away from that though. Let's just get that over there. You take some soapy water and you could just pour it over the tire. And now what you're looking for is not just the regular bubbles, right? And you might have to rotate the tire around to find this. But you're not just looking for these little bubbles, you're actually looking for bubbles to kind of, get blown by the hole. So unfortunately this is not the greatest example because the hole is already kind of big. But basically you would be looking for a continuous stream of bubbles like this to be forming on that hole. Let's see if I can give you a better example. Maybe I can. See here. Oh yeah, there we go. So if we look at our hole, it keeps blowing really big bubbles. That's kind of cool though. But anyway, it's gonna blow little foamy bubbles, and you'll see it. It'll be obvious. And I mean, ideally, there's a piece of metal in there or something, so it's really obvious where the hole is. But sometimes you just got to use the soapy water method and find the hole. So the next thing you're gonna want to do is you're going to want to take this tool, the one that kind of looks almost like a drill bit. You're going to want to shove it in there. Oh, and by the way, if there's a screw or something, or a nail or a piece of metal, you're going to want to pull that out, possibly with some needle nose or a screwdriver or whatever it takes. Once you've got the piece of metal out and you've discovered where the hole is, you're going to take this and you're just going to kind of shove it in there, pull it out. You can kind of twist it. I like to kind of twist while pulling because that kind of helps expand the hole and pull debris out of it. So you're kind of looking to make a more uniform hole for that patch to grab onto. So I'm going to keep twisting. I'm going to do this about maybe 5 times, maybe more if you really want. I've already done it a couple of times. So you see there, the hole is a little bit bigger now. And it's a little bit easier to insert and remove this tool. And so now you've got a good sort of canvas to patch, or a good hole to patch. I don't know what words to use. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this tool, okay, and you're going to peel off one of these little rubber patches. I don't know how doable this will be without putting the camera down. Yeah, I'm going to put the camera down for a second. Okay, so I've got one of my little strips of rubber. They're kind of sticky, so just be aware of that. What you're going to want to do, this is the really hard part to do with the camera in my hand. Okay, hopefully you guys can see. It's difficult to find something to prop the camera on. So what you're going to want to do is kind of shove this little piece of rubber into the eye of this tool. It might be somewhat of a pain. Probably will be somewhat of a pain. You're going to be kind of trying to pull it through. See if I can get it to come through without, again, putting the camera down. And if it's really difficult, you might be able to use some pliers or something. And you want it to be about halfway through, like that. So, just like that. That looks pretty good. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to apply some of the rubber cement stuff to this. And I know different people have different methods for this. Some people put the rubber cement on the patch itself. Some people like to put it in the hole. I like to put it on the patch itself because it seems like that gives you a more uniform patch. And we're just going to put it on both sides. Give us a fairly significant application of this rubber cement stuff, because obviously we don't want this patch to come out. I want to give it the best chance we can for it to stick. It's kind of runny stuff, so you know, you can expect it to dribble a little bit and whatever. Hopefully that was a good angle. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take this, you're going to find your little hole again, and you're going to just shove it through. And this part, hopefully I get it right on the first try. Alright. And come on, get in there. Alright, I might need to put the camera down. Okay. Now don't be surprised if that takes a significant amount of force. You're going to try to push it all the way in. You see how it's just kind of in there? Smash it in as far as it'll go. And then real quick, you're just going to pop it out. And it looks like that patch ended up pretty good. We'll give that just a second to set. And then we'll put air in the tire and see if it holds. Alright, so now we're going to inflate the tire and see how it does. And yes, I'm using a Walmart compressor, cheap piece of crap, hooked directly up to the battery. Because that's how you want to do it. Let's see what happens. Since I have relative confidence that that one's going to hold air, I'm going to go ahead and pop this one off and patch it as well, because both tires on the left side of the vehicle were leaking. So might as well patch this one. So we've got our other tire over at our tire patching station, and the leak is super obvious on this one. But this one, I just want to make sure that that's actually holding, so I'm just going to put a little bit of soapy water on there. And sure enough, look at that. There's some bubbles nearby, but see, come on, focus, focus. There you go. See? No bubbles. So what you can do now, if you want to, this really isn't critical because the road will wear this off anyways. You could take a little utility blade. In my case, mine included one. And you could just kind of clean that off of there so that it looks nice. Again, this is not strictly necessary, but you can do it if you want to. And get your little chunk of tire off there. I might have nicked it a little bit, but that's alright. So now what I think I'm going to do is go grab, well, first of all, I'll show you where the leak is on this tire. It's super obvious, thankfully. Let's see here. Boom. This chunk of metal right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab a pair of needle nose pliers and pop that out of there and repeat the same process. Oh, and for the record, this tire is holding 31.5 pounds, so it's good. So I grabbed a couple pairs of needle nose pliers just in case. What I'm going to do is go ahead and just see. Oh yeah, it's going to let a lot of air out too. It's going to be great. Let's see here. Oh my. That's quite a long piece of metal. There we go. So that was stuck in there, letting air out. Let's not throw that on the ground. Let's put that in our little pile of crap over here. So, let's see, here's our hole right there. And just to demonstrate what I was trying to show earlier with the soapy water trick, we take that and we kind of balance it nice. We pour some soapy water on it. Oh, still didn't demonstrate that well. Helps if I put my finger over it. See there? It's generating bubbles. So that's how you kind of know where the hole is. So, I'm going to go ahead and let all the air out of this. It might be easier to do that this way. Just take these needle nose pliers here and just push on that. About like this. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and let all the air out of here. There is an easier way to do this if you just take the stem out, but I don't want to deal with that. So, letting all the air out of this tire, and we'll come back to it in a minute. That's most of the air, so I think we could probably safely patch this one. A little side note, by the way, the correct way to jack up a Subaru, according to Subaru, is to, there's a little jack point under the vehicle. Let's see if I can even show you. It's that little thing right there. And that sucks. It's not, well, actually that's not even it. It's farther forward. No, that's it. Anyways, annoying, stupid little jack point on a Subaru. Okay? The alternative, the correct way to do it, is to take one of these jacks with a bar and then just distribute the weight across the pinch weld here. That way, you actually get it jacked up where you need it to be jacked up instead of in the middle of the vehicle, Subaru. So, yeah, that's a solution to that problem. Just a side note. Okay, so we're back here again. Where's our hole? There's our hole right there. So we're going to go ahead and just take this tool and just shove it in there. It does take some effort, so. I'm going to pause the video. I need both hands for this. So, twisting helps a lot. Just kind of twist, push it, pull it, twist. Do that about 5 times. Okay, just like before, we've got our chunk of rubber shoved through the whatever you want to call this device, the thing that pokes it in there, and my camera failing to focus on it. And we're going to cover it with rubber cement and shove it in there. Alright, once again, I don't know if I'll be able to shove this in there without putting the camera down, but I'll try. Just kind of center it on the hole there. Come on, get in there. I'm gonna have to put the camera down. Okay, there it is, partway in there. Yeah, still have to put the camera down. Here we are once again at this stage. And to get it out, remember, you just pull it out. That looks pretty good too. I have confidence in it. So, let's see if this one holds air. I'll show you what it actually looks like. There we go. Let's see if it holds air. Our compressor hose connected. Let's see what happens. Getting there. While we're waiting on that, might as well visit Baby Dog, who's chewing on a stick. Yeah, you know, you wouldn't be tied up if you didn't immediately bust out and go to the neighbors every time I let you outside. What do they got over there? They got better food? Get down. Bad habit, bad habit, bad habit. Hey. No. Good puppy. Not a bad time to visit your mama goat. Yeah. Hi. How's it going? Yeah, that's a good goat. That's a good goat. Just a good goat. Yeah. She's a good goat. She's a good goat. Yes. Yes. And the ducks. Hey ducks. Hi ducks. How's everybody doing today? You guys are running kind of low on water. Better deal with that soon. Aw, I'm a goat. Yeah, that's a good goat. Alright. That's looking pretty good. Let's just double check this one. Make sure it hasn't leaked all of its pressure. Not bad. Alright. How about this one? See what it does. No bubbles. That's a good sign. There's the pressure. It's also a good idea when you're using a cheap, crappy tire inflator air compressor thing to just double check against something a little bit more reliable than that pressure gauge. It looks like this is doing pretty good too. So I'd say these were successful patches. Let's put them back on the vehicle. Now, you don't want to go really hard with something like this because you will break your lugs, and that's no fun. So, just get them tight. Oh, there it goes. There we go. All right. Note, I did not use jack stands here. You might want to do that. I don't know, up to you. Ideally also you want to tighten your battery terminals a little bit more than this. Also up to you. And there we go. Successfully patched 2 tires. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was informative in some way. There's a million other videos like it out there, but I had to make my own. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.